Hi everyone, I'm Laura from gosimpli.ca, and today we have 10 moving stretches to help alleviate lower back pain. The only equipment you're going to need is a soft surface. I'm not even wearing shoes today, so grab some comfortable clothing and meet me back here. Okay, so today we're going to be doing moving stretches, and they're going to be 45 seconds on with 15 seconds in between to let you know what's coming up next. So we're going to start with a cat-cow spinal wave. So we're going to get up on our hands and knees, and we're simply going to arch our back and look up, and then push the back up to the ceiling and release the head down. So we're going to move through these stretches nice and slowly, methodically. And if we feel any pain, then we're going to stop. Pain is not a sign that it's loosening up. It's a sign that it hurts and you should not do it. So you might feel discomfort, especially if your back is sore and tight. But overall, it should feel like things are releasing. Okay, so next up we're going to do a bird dog, and that's where it's opposite arm and leg raise at the same time. So we're going to do like left arm, right leg, and then switch it and do right arm, left leg. Now, if your back is very tender, you might find that for today, just moving the arm is good enough, or just moving the leg is enough. But if you can, try and do both of them, and it'll give a nice hip flexor stretch as well as a nice shoulder stretch. It will help to strengthen the back as well as stretch it out. Low back pain, if not caused by an injury or tiredness or arthritis, is often caused from weak supporting muscles. So strengthening the back once it feels good again, once it's not sore, is a great way to prevent lower back pain. So next up we're going to do Cobra to child's pose. So Cobra is where you arch and look up and then push back into child's pose and let that release. And then come forward and stretch it out. Pushing back. So all of these stretches could be done multiple times per day. You could, do this video morning, noon, and night if you wanted to. Stretching is something that none of us get enough of. We seem to feel that there's no time for it. And our lives are very busy, I understand that, but sometimes I'll even do these while I'm watching TV. So next step is alternating side bends. So I'm just going to sit here cross-legged on my mat, and I'm going to lean over to one side, arm overhead, and then come back to sitting straight, and then go to the other side. So sometimes I just pair more than one thing together. My kids, I keep calling them kids, really, they're preteens now, and if I called them kids and they heard me, they wouldn't be very happy. So they'll read to me. So I'll say, okay, Mom's going to do some stretching while you read to me, and they just know that that's part of my life. That's where I can fit it in. Or we're watching TV together, and I will do some stretching on the floor at the beginning of watching and then go sit on the couch. A lot of times they'll even join me. Okay, so now we're going to do alternating seated twists. So I'm going to stay in this position, and I'm just going to rotate off to one side and try and get a little leverage by pulling with my hand on my knee, and then twist to the other side. So yeah, a lot of times they will join me in stretching because it feels good, and flexibility is something we lose starting pretty much as soon as we're born. Like, it starts immediately. You'll see there are lots of 12-year-olds, 15-year-olds, 18-year-olds that can't touch their toes. And if we work at flexibility, we can keep it. It doesn't stay perfect our whole lives, but we can certainly keep it a lot longer, and greater flexibility means greater mobility. It means less pain. Excellent. So next up, we're going to do bridge raises. So I'm going to turn around and lie down on my mat here. And then I'm going to pull my heels in close so that I can just about touch them with my fingertips. And I'm going to roll up while tucking my pelvis and then roll back down. And then release. And then we'll tuck my pelvis in and roll up. And then roll my back down and untuck my pelvis. So every time I want to tuck in my pelvis as I'm coming up, and then when I come down, I can release it. So I'm sort of showing with my hands how my pelvis curls in, and then when I get to the bottom, I let it lie flat. I don't need to arch it, I just let it lie flat. Excellent. And the next thing we're going to do, we're going to stay right here. I have to move a bit so I don't hit my wall. I'm going to put my hands over my head just because it feels comfortable. And we're going to let our legs drop to one side and then drop to the other side. So we're just going back and forth, letting just the weight of our knees fall. And if you can, hold your stomach muscles in, hold your abdominal muscles in, like pulling that belly button down towards the spine. And that will help to support the back as the knees come back up to center. So you don't put any strain on the back while you're doing this. But just nice and slow. Again, it should feel good. You might feel a little bit of pulling, but there should be no pain. Excellent. So next up, we're going to alternate pulling our knees in. So we're going to lie with legs flat out, and we're going to pull one knee in and give it a little sort of cuddle in, and then drop it down and pull the other one in. And just a gentle pull, just so that you feel a release in the lower back. And keep switching back and forth, one side and then the other. This is another one where it would be a good idea to hold those abdominals in nice and firm so that belly button pulled towards the spine. Excellent. And next up we're going to do a happy baby pose. This is from yoga. So you pull your knees up, then spread your legs open and grab the inner arches of your feet. And we're just going to rock side to side. Sort of massage the spine. Try and keep the low back pressing into the mat so it's flattened out. You don't want to curl up too much. And just side to side, or even little circles. It's a nice inner thigh stretch as well. Again, having tight hip flexors, tight hamstrings, tight quadriceps, that all contributes to lower back pain. So does having weak abdominal muscles, and of course, weak back muscles. And so then the last one we're going to do is a full wind pose. So you just pull the knees in together, and then again, we're just going to sort of do little circles, side to side, one direction and then the other, or rocking side to side. Whatever feels good for you. Just sort of give that lower back a bit of a massage. So when your back is not feeling sore, doing some lower back exercises and some abdominal exercises to strengthen all the muscles that support around our middle section can really help to prevent low back pain. And again, doing these stretches even when you don't feel pain will help to prevent low back pain. So do this video several times a day. All right, excellent job, everybody. Hopefully you feel some little bit of relief from lower back discomfort. If it's still tender, go ahead and do it again. I also have an assisted chair stretches for low back pain and low back pain stretches that aren't moving. They're just lying on the mat. So I will create a playlist of those for you to find in the future. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. Hope to see you soon.